Hey, what's going on? Welcome to this video. And for the past 4 weeks or so, I've been teaching a group of beginner marketers copywriting, like simple copywriting tactics. And as I was teaching the class, I started to notice that there are some like beginner mistakes oftentimes marketers make when they don't have a copywriting background. So in this video, I want to share with you 7 copywriting mistakes that beginner marketers or copywriters make when they first start off with their copywriting journey. All right, so mistake number 1 is trying too hard to be creative. I remember in the class we had someone who was an in-house marketer, and a big part of their role was content marketing, so naturally they're going to be doing a lot of writing. But what I noticed is when I put them through a certain exercise, when I told them to write copy for this product or whatever, I noticed they would try to always be creative with how they sounded. They want to make sure their copy had like a little punch to it, right? So, for example, I'm making this off the top of my head, by the way. So, let's say they're trying to promote a course that'll help you get a salary, right? They would write a headline, something to the effect of, love yourself, be yourself, get paid what you're worth, or something, right? Something clever, something punchy, something like cutesy type of thing, right? So love yourself, be yourself, and get paid what you're worth. Whatever, right? So that's creative. It's not bad, but it has a creative tone, but it doesn't tell the reader like what exactly the person's gonna get if they opt in for the course or whatever, just based off that headline. A better headline would be how to get a $10,000 raise in your salary within the next 30 days. Very simple, kind of boring, not as creative, but it gives the reader a good understanding of what's in it for them, and therefore they're less confused. There's a lot of clarity, and they're more likely to click on the button or whatever you're trying to get them to do. All right, so mistake number 1 is trying to be too hard, trying to be too creative. Mistake number 2 is talking too much about yourself and not about the other person. One thing I realized about copywriting is that people don't necessarily care about you. They only care about themselves. So, for example, when you're writing copy that's too me focused, the person who's reading it can't see themselves in it. So, I'll give you an example of copy that is me focused, and I'll give you an example of copy that's you focused, okay? So, here's the me focused copy, okay? Our marketing agency is filled with great top of the industry marketers who consistently deliver great work. Over 1,000 companies have trusted us with their marketing results. So notice a lot of us, our, we, right? That's a very me oriented copy. Now let's transform that into a you oriented copy. Your marketing deliverables will be tended to by some of the greatest marketers in the industry. And you can rest easy knowing there are over 1,000 companies like yours who have trusted our services. Now, notice in the second example, it's more you focused. There's more you in it. Yours, you, your, you, whatever. And because there's more you in it, it seems more persuasive. The person reading it can be like, oh, that's how you're going to help me. Interesting, huh? Right? So again, mistake number 2 is talking too much about yourself and not about the prospect or the person you're trying to convert into a lead or whatever. Mistake number 3 is, and I noticed this from a lot of copywriters, or like not even copywriters, just marketers in general, is like they think copy is trying to put things in a very creative, psychologically triggering way so that people are like, oh my god, I want to buy this, right? Like part of it is like that, but it's almost seen as like this like magical force that if I magically put these certain words together, I'll just drive more traffic. But and then oftentimes because they think like that, they think they know what the prospect wants. So they'll make up things and then put it on a landing page or an email sequence and hope that it converts, right? They think they know what the prospect wants, but because they're like this master of words or something. But that's actually not the case. When it comes to copywriting, it's more about getting into the mind of the readers, understanding what they want for their future, what a win looks like to them, what their pain points are, and based on all that data, configuring a nice message that basically gets them exactly what they're looking for based off like what the conversation is like in their head, and then putting that on a landing page and then getting that to convert. So it's less about assuming what you know about the prospect, and it's more about getting to the mind of the reader, understanding what they struggle with, their pains, what they want in the future, and rearranging the right words based on what they are already thinking in their head and putting that on a landing page and then converting that lead. So again, more about getting into the mind of the reader, and a lot of beginner copywriters or beginner marketers don't really understand that. All right, number 4 is putting too much emphasis on a feature and not on a benefit. Let me define these things for you. So, a feature is an attribute to describe a product or service. So, for example, let's say you're trying to sell a water bottle. A feature would be something like, it has a thermos on it, or it's stainless steel, right? These are just features, attributes to describe a certain product or service. In this case, it's the product, right? Benefits are more like how the person or the customer can actually use this in their daily life, right? It's almost like getting the feature and asking yourself, so what? So what? Why is stainless steel important? Why is this 750 milliliter important, right? Let me give you an example of feature and benefit, and you'll get the idea, okay? So again, feature is it's a thermos. Your water bottle is a thermos. But if you want to convert that to a benefit, what we can say is, because it's a thermos, your tea will be hot all day. So the feature was thermos, the benefit was your tea will be hot all day. And notice your tea will be hot all day is a lot more persuasive than this is a thermos. Another quick example. Let's say we're trying to sell a water bottle still, right? A feature would be stainless steel. A benefit would be it won't get ugly scrapes if you drop it on the floor, right? A benefit. The benefits are way more persuasive. And a lot of beginner marketers or copywriters, they focus too much on the features and not on the benefits. Number 5 is for beginner marketers, their copy doesn't paint a perfect vision of the future for the prospect. Okay, let me tell you what I mean. Let's say you write copy and your copy says get more leads. Okay, cool, get more leads. I kind of get the idea, right? But it doesn't like make me feel something. For example, let's say I run a coffee shop and I want more people coming to coffee shop. Instead of writing more leads, if I'm targeting a coffee shop owner, instead of writing get more leads, what I might want to say is something like, we will put your restaurant on top of Google search features. So when someone searches for coffee shops in Toronto, you will appear at the top. And because of that, you'll get about 20 to 30% more foot traffic into your coffee shop store, right? Obviously, you want to condense that a little to make it more succinct. But notice how if I say something like, you'll get 20 to 30% more foot traffic in your day-to-day coffee business, whatever, coffee store business, that sounds more persuasive than you'll get more leads. You know what I mean? So when you're writing copy, try to paint a really good picture of what the prospect's future will look like when they use your product or services. You want to make it very illustrative to the point where they can literally see themselves in the picture. Number 6 is using too many formal words. I cannot stand this. You can even go on oftentimes you can just literally go on company websites and then like search up their about me section or whatever, and you'll see so much formal words. And all I can think about is like, do people actually talk like this? They probably don't. So why are you writing like this? Okay. So examples of formal words that companies or people or beginner copywriters would often use on their websites or landing pages. Okay. Our turnkey approach will make significant contributions to your monthly MRR, right? Like that's just very formal, almost broad. I had to literally think about what that means. I'm just like, what? Well, like, what do you even do? Very formal, right? Instead, if we want to stop being formal, we want to be more casual and give the reader more clarity, we might turn that into something like this. Our social media posts will get your website 10% more traffic and increase your monthly revenue by 5%. Much easier, right? Instead of saying our turnkey approach will make significant contributions to your monthly MRR. Like, no one talks like that. Come on, man. Like, just be normal, be normal. And number 7, last one over here, is relying too much on cliche phrases. Again, during class, I noticed some people would often use like cliche phrases all over their copy because they want to sound creative and punchy and full spark or something like that, right? I'll give you examples of cliche phrases that you want to avoid when you're writing your copy, okay? Best in line in airline services, right? Best in class in airline services. So best in class is an example of a cliche phrase. Cutting edge solution for roofing companies. So cutting edge, very cliche. World-class leader in AI. World-class leader, like these are just cliche phrases. I'm not saying they're bad necessarily, but it's very, very cliche. People are gonna become like, I forget what the word's called, but like, you know, audio deafness, when you hear something so much that to the point where you don't even like hear it anymore. You're gonna basically give the reader the same thing, but instead of audio, it's visual reading. So try to avoid as much cliche phrases as you can in your copy. And there you have it, 7 copywriting mistakes you should avoid if you're a beginner copywriter, or oftentimes beginner copywriters make. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about copywriting. And be sure to follow me on social media if you want more stuff or just want to connect with me or something. With that being said, my name is Leaf, and I will see you, my friend, in the next video. Peace, 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 peace.